welcome to DualSportPro.com. I'm Scott Kopetzky. On the last video, I showed you how to figure out what the maximum load is that you can carry on your motorcycle. Which is incredibly important to know how much weight you can safely haul. Also, equally as important is knowing where to place that weight when you haul it. On the last video, we figured out my wife and I on the Super Tenere can carry 46 pounds of clothing, cameras, whatever, with us. So we need to show you where to put that 46 pounds. Physics come into play when you're putting weight on a motorcycle. Manufacturers are designing the motorcycles to have a low center of gravity. It just makes the bike handle better for side to side and front to back. So anytime you start adding weight away from the center of gravity, you're greatly affecting the way the bike handles. Best place to put weight on the bike when you're loading it is in front of the rear axle and low. Once you get past the rear axle and get higher, it really starts affecting the handling of the bike. When you do load your luggage, put the heaviest stuff furthest forward and lowest down. So my wife and I have 46 pounds that we can play with, that we can put on the bike. I certainly wouldn't want to put it 46 pounds in this trunk. That would affect the handling of this bike horribly because it raises the center of gravity and it moves it clear back. By putting the weight really high, the bike, when you lean right or left, it's going to want to fall over easier. I mean, you're affecting the way that it handles left to right. And also by putting the weight really high up and far back like this, it takes the center of gravity shifts to the back. The back end of the bike comes down, which means it transfers the weight off the front of the bike. And you need weight on the front of the bike going into corners. I mean, you want the tire to grip, and when you apply the brakes, front brakes especially, they have to have, the tire has to have a certain amount of grip. So by putting the weight back and up, you're transferring the weight of the bike backwards, and you're taking the weight off the front. And also by transferring the weight to the back more, you are loading the rear suspension more. Say we have 12 inches of travel and you put the weight clear in the back, you compress the spring 4 inches. So now you have 8 inches of travel left, and you hit a bump and it comes up and the suspension bottoms out, and it affects the way the bike handles. Whereas had the weight not been that far back, say it would have squatted down 2 inches, and so you have that extra 2 inches of suspension to play with, it would have absorbed the bump and you would have kept going, and it would not have deflected the motorcycle. Also with saddlebags, you want to make sure the saddlebags are balanced. You don't want to have, with this 46 pounds that my wife and I have to play with, you wouldn't want to have 40 pounds in one side and 6 in the other. It's going to affect the way the bike handles. So you want to balance it out, even the weight out in the saddlebags side to side, and you want the weight low and as far forward as you can get in the saddlebags. And also, I know the tank bag sets high, but it's in the middle of the bike, so I'm going to put a little bit more weight in the tank bag than I am in the trunk. Both of them set up high, but this one is more in the center of the bike. So this, although it will affect left to right handling with extra weight, it doesn't upset the suspension as much, and it doesn't transfer the weight forward or backwards nearly as much. So I'm going to put more weight in the tank bag than I am in the trunk. So I hope that gives you some ideas and kind of helps you out when you decide to load your bike down, where to put the weight. Thank you for watching and enjoy the adventure. Bye-bye. Please subscribe to our channel.
Feel free to comment, offer suggestions on future episodes, and ask questions on our videos, or send us an email. Thanks for watching.